Coach Otto Addo there, a bit disappointed, you can see in his countenance. Where I know that sometimes they say when Ghana go down like that, a little bit of football fans in Nigeria have a smile on their faces. But let's bring in a Ghanaian journalist over here. We've got Lawrence Baidu joining us on the show today. Thank you so much, Lawrence, for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much, Anye. It's always a pleasure to join you.
A pleasure to have you on the show. Now, this is interesting times for the likes of football fans around the world. They're becoming a little bit more emotional, and we could see that at the Baba Yara Stadium when Ghana faced up with Angola. Tell us, what is the feel in the air, even after that backlash, that reaction coming from the fans? This is after the draw against Niger Republic, of course.
I mean, the scenes haven't been too good, especially if you look at the very defeats suffered against Angola in Kumasi. For over 24 years, the Black Stars have not lost in Kumasi, have not lost at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, so it was quite disappointing. And I understand the perspective of the fans because this is a team that had been regrouped, that had Otto Addo coming in for a second stint. He comes in, they play 2 friendlies in March, play 2 competitive games in the World Cup qualifiers against Mali and the Central African Republic, where they pick up vital wins, putting their World Cup qualification campaign on a good track, only to suffer defeat to Angola. I mean, it was actually the 3rd time that Ghana was facing Angola in the space of 12 months or less than 2 years, so it was a bit of a worry. Ghana had just lost one, they had not lost any, they had drawn one and then won the other. So the expectation was that yes, it was going to be difficult, but then Ghana was going to manage to get a positive result out of that. Unfortunately, it was a late goal from Nelson that broke the hearts of Ghanaians, which was quite depressing to watch. It triggered the fans who burst onto the stadium, throwing objects at officials, trying to damage things at the stadium. It was unpleasant scenes for Ghanaians. It's quite understandable, but you don't expect such reactions. However, they were looking for a good reaction in the game against Niger. If there is anything they were looking forward to, it was the fact that they were looking to see the Black Stars dominate on a neutral ground, because the complaints were that the Baba Yara Sports Stadium wasn't too fit to host that game against Angola. So they get a better pitch, and the expectation is that the team is going to gel better. Unfortunately, I would say they take the lead in the second half. The team doesn't play too well, but then they get the lead. They seem to be holding on to it. And then 10 minutes away from full time, the team seems to be, defending poorly, giving away so many balls. It wasn't too good, and Niger had to counter on that and then ensure that they get the equalizer, which again means that Ghana has just 1 point from 6 points available. That is just no good. That's not a standard of the Ghanaian team.
Indeed, we can see that. We can see that and also feel the reaction from Coach Otto Addo. But on social media, we hear that a lot of fans are saying that the players do well, fantastically well. At their club side, they come with beautiful goals. Samael would always come out tops in club side. But when they come to the national team, they do not, bring in that same form from their clubs. Do you think there's any measure should be taken concerning this? And what incentive should the Ghana Football Association, give the players to motivate them ahead of big games like this?
You would want to agree with me that when it comes to national team assignments or international games, players do not get enough time to play together as they do at the club side.
Who should be blamed for that? Who should be blamed for that? Whatever international window is open to every single African national team and European team too. Who should be blamed?
And I'm saying, as far as preparations is concerned, you train with your mates for 3 to 4 days or 5 days before you play at the club side. But when it comes to the national team, you have just about 2 training sessions, at max 3 before you go to a match day. So they are not able to gel. Nonetheless, that is not an excuse. I expect the team to be doing better considering what they've been doing for their club size. You want to make a case that there's a new team, they've not played amongst themselves for quite a long time, because this is Otto Addo's second stint with the national team. He started developing a pool around this number of players since March. So it's not enough for them to gel together. But if you look at their performances for their club side, you expect them to show some glimpses. You can talk about the nature of the pitch. You can talk about the fact that some of the players are being played out of position. But then you also expect them to put in, a performance that is worthy of being talked about, to kill themselves, to everyone to put it that way, sacrifice their time, and then ensure that they deliver the results for the national team.
Okay, Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence, honestly, I hear you there, but I think I need to ask, and we probably need to put Otto Addo on the spot. Like you said, this is his second stint, and at this point in time, I think it's quite evident that he finds it difficult to bring out the best in this team. I mean, you've got stars like Mohammed, Kudus, you've got Semenyo, who plays straight for Bournemouth, you've got Inaki Williams, who plays for Athletic Bilbao as well. There have been questions also regarding the centre-back partnership. Definitely, Mustafa Salisu is the standing man, but who should always be his partner? There are also questions regarding Tariq Lamptey. Maybe he's not accustomed to, the brute nature of African football. So, in your own opinion, do you think Otto Addo is bringing out the best in these players?
I think to say he's bringing out the best at the moment would be an overstatement. He's not close to doing that. In terms of the resources available to him, with the exception of, I think, but for injuries, we would have Alexander Djigo of Fenerbahce partnering Mohammed Salisu. That has been his trusted centre-back pairing. In terms of left-back, he didn't have any of Babaraman or Gideon Mensah available, so he also had to improvise with Alidu Seidu coming in. Alidu Seidu is not your natural left-back. He's at best a right-back who has been, played at different positions. Otto Addo knows he still needs to get some things done, but if you look at the matches the team played in June where they faced Mali and the Central African Republic, you could see signs of what he wants in his team. You could see telepathy building among the squad. And then you come to September where you are expecting some players to be available and then injuries rule them out. Some arrive to come late. So it kind of tempers your preparations for such games. But then I won't back him. I won't give that as an excuse. We expect him to be better considering the kind of job he's taken in the past.
Okay, I'm a bit surprised. This is performance coming after that protest, that white protest by sport journalists in Ghana saying #Save Ghana Football. I think the Ghanaian players, the Black Stars, have got a very strong mind concerning what the fans feel, or even what sport journalists feel, to give this kind of performance even after that protest. But we'll keep a tab on this situation. Of course, there'll be another chance for Ghana to come in. Maybe 2 games at this time, 1 point, Ghana already. Let's see if they can make do and then put a smile on the faces of Ghanaian football lovers. Thank you so much, Lawrence Seidu, for joining us on In the Game today.
All right, thank you very much.